Welcome to the Sports Check. It is time to check a few details in the world of politics, and I'm joined by my friend Achando, who loves politics. In fact, this is a man who loves speaking nothing but the truth. Welcome to the Sports Check.
Thank you very much, Sam. Thank you for the invitation. This is my first time being here.
Yes.
And I'm really glad
Yes.
to be part of the show today. Indeed, Kenya is full of high-octane politics.
Yes.
And we're here to look at a few of them.
You know, when you say high-octane politics, there's something interesting about Kenya as a country. Like every time we conclude one election, it is like another election is taking place tomorrow.
Indeed, we begin campaigns,
Yes.
immediately we swear in
A president.
And that is what has been happening shamefully, though, because it grabs us the opportunity to implement the promises that we gave to Kenya.
Especially the manifesto.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that is, we are a unique country.
Okay.
That is our nature.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know you love politics and you are a big consumer of politics. So many things have been happening in the political arena, and it was unfortunate on 30th April 2025, one member of parliament known as Charles Ongondowere lost his life. He was shot by unknown people, and his burial took place just recently. That was on Friday, and we saw Raila Amolo Odinga attending that particular burial service. Before we get into the nitty-gritties, I want to just to tell us, what do you make of that particular incident that took place?
Indeed, that was very unfortunate. You know, the death of Ongondowere was very controversial.
Yes.
In the sense that, number one, he had been tortured in social media.
Yes.
I'm saying this because I don't come from Homa Bay,
Yes.
but I consumed some news. Some people are saying that Ongondowere was a thug.
Yeah.
But others were also saying that even if he was a thug, the manner in which he was shot was very inhumane. So that makes it in itself very controversial.
Yes.
And questions are being asked. How could someone alight from a motorbike shoot a member of parliament and the security is seated there?
5 times.
And the security guard is saying that they were ambushed. But questions are being asked, even after shooting the member of parliament, as the assassin was now going back to the motorbike, he didn't react. In fact, those are not even my words. Murkomen himself, the CS Interior, was asking that question. So the death was rocked in controversy. Yeah. As we speak, the Speaker of the National Assembly, Moses Wetangula, has ordered that they need to vet, members of parliament need to vet the security afresh.
Yes.
That's why I want you to go and check.
Yes.
Most of these members of parliament always select their relatives.
Yeah.
Yeah, your blood.
Actually, I know one. Yeah. I don't want to mention the name here, but that member of parliament decided to choose someone they're close with. Yeah,
it's important to do that, because what happened, questions are now being asked. Be that as it may, we leave it in the investigative agencies
to carry out thorough investigation.
But you're also saying that the attendance. Yeah, that was very deliberate. Yeah, because if you look, there were 3 categories of attendance.
Yes.
There were the people of Homa Bay, there were the ODM leaders, and there were other leaders who are not members of the ODM, but fellow members of parliament.
Yes.
And I will tell you.
Yes.
Some people looked at Ongondowere, depending on which side you chose to agree with. If you chose to believe that Ongondowere was a thug, because I was listening to an interview of the sister to another lady who is said to, that went missing in the hands of Ongondowere. And that interview was very, very controversial and very sad.
Yeah.
So if you chose to look at Ongondowere as a thug, that's how you will see him. Others looked at a man who was hated by people who wanted to inherit his seat before the right time.
Yeah.
You would sympathize with him.
Yeah.
Now, Ongondo was very close to Governor Wanga.
Yeah.
So what the ODM luminaries did was they mobilized, let me call that village.
The village. Yeah.
And they attended in mass to diffuse this notion that Ongondo was a thug and therefore people would not go there.
Yes.
That is number one.
Because even Governor Wanga thanked the people that came to mourn Jackson Odowere. Yes.
Number two, the ODM members wanted to show the people that if you think Omondo was a thug to you,
yes,
this was our member of parliament.
Yes.
He was chosen on an ODM ticket. By the way, I think they first met, Raila met Omodowere in Meru when he went for a rally there. Yeah. I think Omodowere was preparing to contest.
Actually, contested in 2013.
Yes, but the deputy governor, lost to Yugi.
Yes.
So I think they had built a rapport, and if for you to see Raila Odinga attending a burial,
yes,
that means the closeness. So Raila was leading the ODM pack to show the people that to us,
yes,
this was our member of parliament.
Yes.
Despite all you are saying that he was a thug, this was our member of parliament, and we had to honor his request. He had said that when I die,
siku nitakufa.
Yes, with some good Kiswahili there. So they wanted to diffuse that notion, and I think that was well attended, and because of the family members. You see, the family was going to carry two burdens, the loss of a father, and this term that he was a thug. So the ODM stood with them to show them that we loved your father, but of course the members of parliament attended because they feared hata wao wanaweza change anytime.
It is true. Now talking about attendance, one thing caught my attention. I saw many leaders there. I saw other leaders even as far as Lamu. They were there. But one person was missing, and that is Governor James Agri Bob Orengo. What do you make of this? Because Governor Orengo is a senior member of ODM party. He has been there for Raila Odinga. And why do you think he missed that particular event?
Indeed, people are still asking. But you see, the writings are on the wall. The answer is already there.
Yes.
You know, Orengo's missing is directly connected to the broad-based government.
Yeah.
Before, during, and after the handshake, Orengo has very consistently opposed this move. You know, number one, Orengo is an activist, if you know his background.
Yeah, I've read his history.
And Orengo still believes that Raila's votes were stolen. To him, he believed that Raila should have fought to the end to take his victory. Of course, that would be very difficult. And then when members of the ODM youths were killed during the Azimio protest, you remember William Ruto turned that chaotic scene to one village in Kisumu to look like the demonstration was a Luo affair. So they killed very many people. So I remember there was a time Orengo was officiating on a burial where some Gen Z had been shot. And Orengo said that this is not the time to look for a handshake in this government. This government has killed our people. We should seek for justice. And even recently, Orengo confronted William Ruto in front of both William and Raila
Odinga.
And he said William Ruto is a passing cloud. He even told them, Ruto is dangling a carrot in front of you in the name of appointments. And Orengo told them, it is your right, you are taxpayers. This praise and worship is something that I will not join. So I think with that, Orengo did not want to come because Orengo will not be there na kose
kusema ukweli.
So
it was a burial. I don't wanted to embarrass Raila Odinga.
And of course, you see, the burial was very controversial. So he never wanted to add more petrol into the fire. So he decided to keep off because he knew he was still going to speak the very things opposing the handshake and all that.
But even if you talk about him not coming, there are 3 individuals in ODM here that are known. These people are speaking their mind. And one of them attended this event, and I know you know him. Senator Edwin Sifuna.
Yes.
You listen to Senator Edwin Sifuna speaking. In fact, he dared members of ODM in front of Raila Odinga, and he told them, Baba aliniambia hivi na akisimama atasema hivi. What do you make of that? That boldness.
And you see, Baba has always supported Sifuna.
From day one,
There was a time before the signing of what they call the 10-point shenanigans. I don't know how to call it.
You don't like it?
People say that, if this happens, Sifuna is going to be kicked out because he's opposing this while Raila is for it. Sifuna has always told people, this is what Baba told me, he's been very consistent.
Yes.
So even if Orengo missed that event,
yes.
Sifuna represented him.
Yes.
Twice, Sifuna has spoken in the soil of Lowland. People thought that maybe Sifuna is making noise in Nairobi and in Western.
Yes.
But during the burial of Oduor, Raila's aide, Sifuna said it.
Sifuna said,
yes, Sifuna said, I have a marking scheme.
Yeah.
The 10-point shenanigans that we signed.
I like the way you're calling it.
Yeah, I don't like it. Yeah, because they say that we should compensate those who died. Even they have not been compensated, they will never be. So Sifuna said,
yes,
mine is to have a marking scheme. We signed this. Have we achieved?
Yes.
And I'm waiting for Ruto in 2027, and I will come back with the marking scheme. That's what Sifuna said.
Yes.
There was a time when now it's not only Sifuna, Nyong'o. By the way, that the sentiments coming from Nyong'o
yes,
are very sad, because Nyong'o is highlighting the economic sabotage in Nyanza.
Yes.
No one wants to speak about it because they've been given some few ministers.
Like CS Mbadi,
yes, the praise and worship team.
Yes.
Well, they have been given, Ruto is giving them from the left pocket, putting something into the left pocket, while the other hand is pulling it from the right pocket.
Yeah.
Because William Ruto has given them ministerial positions, but taking away the sugar mills.
The sugar mill, because the listing of those sugar mills.
Because Nyong'o was saying 3 things. No public participation. Yes. Stakeholders like farmers have not been involved. It has been done secretly against court orders, and there's no value for money. Of course, that is an issue for another day.
Yes.
But I was just telling you that these people have given a red flag that William Ruto is a bad man.
Yeah.
Orengo did not want to come.
And the problem is that there are still people who are still pressing President William Ruto.
It depends on which part of the bread is buttered. So Sifuna said it when Raila stood, he supported Sifuna. Said Sifuna is the mouthpiece of ODM, and whatever he says, he's speaking the mind of the party. So Raila supported him now for the second time.
Yeah.
Raila said ODM is a democratic party. You should say. Now, one thing before we go to the next question.
Yes.
ODM is basically blowing hot and cold. Raila says these people have got a democratic right to speak.
Yes.
Oburu tells of Orengo that you're vomiting on us. If you are dissatisfied with this kind of arrangement, you walk out and vomit from outside. Yes. So it tells you Raila kuna mguu moja kwa serikali ingine nje.
But even after all those activities took place in front of Raila Amolo Odinga, Sifuna breathing fire at President William Ruto's 2 cabinet secretaries, we saw even a small handshake between CS John Mbadi. There is one person who is likely to suffer, or maybe what do you think these activities will do to President William Samoei Arap Ruto? I'm talking about his political career, for example.
The future, especially
2027. What do you make of it? Just try to relate it with even Nyong'o coming out to say that is an economic sabotage, and those sugar mills are very important for the people of Nyanza.
True. William Ruto, I always say in my channel that William Ruto is under siege. Yeah, he's been cornered.
Someone will tell you he's under siege again.
Yeah, he's under siege. Is this thing that the former police... now, you know, Ruto was largely supported by Mount Kenya. I call it Wamunyoro. And that is the reason why William Ruto ascended to power.
Yes.
But now William Ruto has lost
Mount Kenya.
And he has been locked out, including Kithure Kindiki that was appointed to try and fix. Kithure is a lonely man. So Ruto has lost that base.
In fact, this topic, this discussion, I think you should go and extend it some kidogo, because today, which is I think 11, right?
Today is 10th.
We're recording this video on 10th.
Yes.
There were people who refused to attend Professor Kithure Kindiki's event in Mount Kenya today. They were saying, "Kama tulipa tuendi." That one is a topic for another day.
Yeah, but they've been paying people to go to that. Now, they wanted Kithure to hold some rallies there.
Yeah.
They are not rallies, town hall meetings. Kithure cannot hold a rally in
Mount Kenya.
Those are they are paid whatever. But I was telling you that now, having lost the support base in Mount Kenya,
yes,
he must find a compensation. And in his mind, he thinks he can get it from Raila. William Ruto is praying that Raila does not contest in 2027. We've had some of his closest allies say so, people like Eden Dwale. So Ruto believes that he's going to get that support from Raila's base. But it hurts him that the ODM is still telling him that we are going to sponsor a candidate. Now, in the event that ODM decides to sponsor a candidate, let me just say, if Raila withdraws his support, William Ruto is gone. Remember the other day Gachagua was saying,
is a dead man walking.
Today, if Raila tells Ruto to lick his boots, he will do that because it's hanging on his coat. So, what it means, if the sentiments of Edwin Sifuna and the assertion by Raila that he is speaking the mind of the party is anything to go by, then William Ruto is a finished man. He's not going to make it in 2027 because he has lost the youths. Wale aliambia ati economic ile ya bottom up.
Free Wi-Fi.
Yeah, he has lost Mama Bogas. He has lost the church. William Ruto, if he loses Raila and the support base, he's gone. So I think to him, that man is burning the midnight oil and is thinking. That's why he was able to give Raila whatever he wants. Today, if Raila tells Ruto, ondoa Kithure, unipatie, he will do that.
Atake mwambia kwamba mundoe kesho. An impeachment motion will be tabled.
It really...
Ama ataambiwa to resign.
Yeah.
But let me ask you something as we conclude. President William Ruto, there is one thing that Kenyans have been talking about, that what is accelerating the anger in Kenya, especially whatever he promised to do, is lies. What do you make of lies? Because people, watu wanasema kwamba kiongozi Ruto akona mdomo tamu. Can he lie to the people of Kenya again?
Let me tell you, you can lie to some people sometimes, but you can't lie to all the people all the time. If you want to know the problem that Kenyans have with Ruto, listen to them when they say Ruto must go. What follows? When they say Ruto must go, then what do they add there?
Apo Ruto must go. So they were saying that
Mwizi. Ruto must go.
I never wanted to say that word.
So now we're just trying to
okay. What Kenyans say?
Kenyans believe, number one, that William Ruto is Mwizi. Why so? Now, when you read the report from the Auditor General's office and the Controller of Budget, they paint a picture of a corrupt government full of wastage. William Ruto himself alluded to those facts after Gen Z's protest when they stormed Parliament. Remember when he called for a presser and he was telling people, pesa ambayo inaenda kwa sijui the first lady nimeacha. There were some measures that he gave us, meaning that he himself knows that this government is corrupt. That's why people call William Ruto Mwizi. The other thing is that, politics is about perception. Some people feel Ruto has got some hidden hand in every land controversy. Then number two, William Ruto lies, including quoting some wrong scriptures. William Ruto alidanganya watu sana during the campaigns. Unfortunately, he's unable to implement these things.
Have you ever seen where there's free Wi-Fi?
Maybe you have one, I've not. What about free diapers? He said quite a lot of things, and it has backfired on him. William Ruto believes that he can use the same tactics Nyayo was using. He's forgetting that, one, we have a different constitution. We are in a new dispensation. Number two, the level of knowledge and the information that we have through the social media. He cannot. Number two, when he's looking at people like Museveni, William Ruto wishes that we will go back.
People like Museveni are people when they're going to elections, they will switch off the nini.
But that cannot happen to Kenyans. So William Ruto has got, you cannot pinpoint one mistake. William Ruto is a man who comes to the hospital and tells you kichwa kinauma. Ukimpima zaidi unapata si kichwa peke yake. Tumbo inauma, akona mguu pia nini. Yani he's got very many mistakes. And he's adding more advisors who are misadvising him.
And the big question is, the more advisors we are talking about, one of them is a son to a prominent politician in the country.
He's a Kenyan. He will tell you when you want me to go and look for a job.
It's a story for another. Thank you so much for watching. Fred Achando is a man who loves politics, and what I love about him, he speaks his mind.
Guys, thank you very much. Please subscribe to the spot check. He gives some very bold and unedited analysis.
Yes.
Thank you very much, guys. We meet again.